1, and action.
You started off, man.
Okay, welcome to the Starke Better Than Yesterday podcast, hosted by Leslie, who's not really doing a whole hell of a lot, co-hosting, whatever. She's not doing a hell of a lot right now.
Oh, man.
But this is going to be a rough one.
Anyways, how's your week? Trying to get set up here with this guy, and he's he's something, if I tell you.
Drove out to IKEA today to go and return some stuff and pick up a few things, and then it was 2 hours and 15 minutes to drive back. There were a lot of crazy accidents. I almost got hit. Almost got rammed from behind
twice. If you live
twice.
in Winnipeg, if you're listening to this, just drive safe, please.
Yeah.
No joke. It's real rough, okay?
Yeah, it was super slippery. Like I said, I almost got rammed from behind twice by two separate people.
And you had to reroute?
Yeah, on the way back here, had to reroute because there looks like there was a crazy accident on the perimeter and Route 90 or Brookside.
There was an ambulance going somewhere, so I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Probably went to you.
Yeah. No, there were a lot of fire trucks out, and hopefully any people that did get into accidents are okay, and it would really suck. So
take your time.
Yeah, take
Slow
your time.
Slow down.
Because
you're going to be late.
People want you there for
late.
Christmas in a week and a half. It would really suck if you weren't there. So pay attention.
Yeah.
And don't text, because there were a lot of people looking down at either their crotches or their phones.
First of all, I got a new phone.
Yeah.
It's amazing. iPhone 11 Pro. And when you plug it in, it tells you will no longer get notifications because you're driving.
Cool.
So get one of those.
I got
as a stocking stuffer.
So one of the best purchases I've made is it's this. My truck doesn't have Bluetooth, so I bought this Bluetooth thing.
Okay.
That you just plug it into your auxiliary, and anytime I'm listening to audiobooks and stuff, it plays through there. Oh. So when I get in the truck in the garage in the morning, I just hit play on my audiobook, and then it plays through there. And if someone
Audible, or is it just okay?
Yeah, listen to them through Audible, and then also through if I'm listening to music, it plays it through there. If someone calls, it's one touch. You just hit this button on your dash, and it answers. It's super cool. So I know people with newer vehicles have it's built into your vehicle and stuff. So good for you guys. But for people that may not have the newest and greatest,
no, for sure,
it is such an awesome thing, and it was $35 or $40 or something on Amazon. So maybe I should put it in the show notes.
I was just going to say, link that.
Yeah, because it is so awesome to have. That was, amazing. But anyways, how was your week?
Good. Some days with your kids, they can be so good. They get dressed and your week is going good. And then some days they just...
I thought you were going to say drunk. They get drunk. And
they're falling over the place. No, they just, parenting is definitely something that you have to have a lot of patience for. That's for sure. So, yeah. But no, it's good. The whole week is good. I just wish it wasn't so cold.
We've been lucky. This is awesome.
It's cold outside. What you talking about? It's really cold.
It is cold, but whatever. We're in Winnipeg. Suck it up.
I'm Spanish, so the heat is my jam. The winter is not my jam, okay?
All right, understood.
Okay.
I get it.
Anyways, we have a lot of questions we want to answer. We talked to you guys on Instagram, Facebook. I think there was emails.
Foursquare. Did you post anything on Foursquare?
I don't even know what that is. Did you post on TikTok?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know what TikTok
I don't know what that
either. Okay.
No. Anyways, so you...
Grindr, Tinder.
Don't say
No.
No, we're not that kind of... I'm not that kind of person. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Had to read up on some of the questions. Urban Dictionary.
So do you want me to start, or do you want to start? Or?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I got one that is obviously on Instagram. Well, not obviously, but it was on Instagram.
Yep.
And basically it said, should you keep working out while pregnant? So, Paul, do you want to take that one? Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. That's for me.
Give her.
I say yes, only if you have been working out prior to getting pregnant. That's what I did. Yes, you're going to slow down. You are going to scale things because eventually your belly does get big. The weight starts coming in effect, and just your equilibrium and all that stuff. You definitely want to keep working out If you haven't been working out prior to getting pregnant, I think that might be a little bit too much strain on your body. So that's just my advice. I just say just keep going, whatever feels good. Because there was days where I literally did not want to work out. I was way too tired, or I had a headache, or anything like that, you know. But there were some days where I was like, yeah, I feel good. Let's hit
Do it. Move. Yeah.
Let's move.
No,
So.
I would agree with you. We've had like a good number of members get pregnant, not at the gym, but like, I guess like at home, and then they still come to the gym
Okay,
to work out. So
that's
yeah.
why they're sweaty.
Yeah. So,
Oh my
anyways, where's this going?
I don't know. You said it.
But anyways, no, definitely. If you've, like you said, if you've been working out, like keep doing it. You're definitely going to have to modify, especially as that abdomen gets a little bit bigger and there's more strain put on it. It might mean like limiting squat depth. It might mean like squatting to a box and not doing pull-ups from a pull-up bar. You could, do pull-ups from the rack with your feet on the ground, or there's still a ton of stuff that you can do. And we've got like Brandy who's in here now, who she's been coming to me for training for over 15 years now, which is super awesome.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know how old she is now. I think she's got to be like almost 30. Maybe she's 30, just under. I don't know. But we started training together at the Wellness. Her boyfriend at the time, who is now her husband, who is also the father of her unborn child, got her training sessions.
Yeah.
And then, long story. But anyways, so she's
Side
still been
note,
training.
She's pregnant. She's doing good.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
modifying, or
Yeah,
she's
modifying
kinda,
like crazy. Yeah, and like not going super deep in squats. We modified this week. She's no longer doing barbell back squats, just because with the pressure on the abdomen forces a little bit more extension in the back. So she's just doing like goblet squats now to a box, which is still awesome. And
And you know what? Being pregnant, like you're, like for myself, being pregnant, you know your body. Like I knew my body well, and I knew what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and I was like, if like for example, there was like obviously handstand pushes, I'm not doing that, right? I'm gonna do barbell. Yeah, barbell or dumbbell push presses or something, right? An alternative.
Cool.
So it was kind of more. So yeah, you just know, as a pregnant lady, like, okay, what can I do? What feels good? What doesn't pull or strain or anything like that? So
no,
yeah.
it's good to know that, and also to remind yourself that the goal isn't to set PRs or maintain your fitness. It's like maintain movement and activity, which is still going to help you through your pregnancy to be able to stay a bit fitter longer,
Right.
and not like still try to kick ass in the gym.
Totally.
Next question. That was way longer than 2 minutes.
That was way
Gotta
longer. Yeah,
tighten this
that's
up.
okay. But it's very important. It's very important.
It is.
Should I read the one that I told you earlier?
I don't know which one.
From our friend there. One sec. Where are you, sir? Oh, be quiet. Where did I put it? I don't even know where it is. Oh, okay, well, we'll just read the other one. Best way to stay on track with workouts as a full-time university student. That's from Goldilocks 2000.
Okay, Goldilocks.
I don't know who that is.
As a university student,
Best way to stay on track is workouts. Honestly,
plug it in. Don't find time. Make time.
Well, okay, it's a little aggressive, but
Yeah.
I would say, if you're studying, because you're a university student, I would say, if you're writing notes or if you're studying for an hour, maybe take a 30-minute break and do some burpees or something. Like that's
30 minutes of burpees.
They're not 30 minutes, but do like 30 minutes of like either burpees or sit-ups or squats or push-ups. That gets your heart pumping.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you're going to the gym or whatever, like having some chats with some university students. Emily, who was a member here, moved away to the States. We were talking about how to still get in training when she leaves, and she joined a CrossFit gym out there, which is awesome. And she said that with studying and with there's commitments that they have in their program and stuff like that, so stuff might come up. And I said, like, you got to get into the habit of hitting the 6 a.m.s again. So she started doing that again here, and then once she moved out there, that's been a part of her daily routine. So goes to bed at the same time every night, gets up in the morning, goes to hit the 6 a.m. class. And, it doesn't matter whether you're a student, whether you're, working full time or more than full time and you're a parent and stuff like that. If it's important to you, then get it in every day if you can. Like 5-6 days a week, plan it in. And just make sure it
5
happens.
minutes or 12 minutes. Like
Yeah.
You get a good workout. Like Fran is what?
Yeah.
2 minutes? I don't know.
Depends on who you are. Yeah. 2 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, anywhere in between. But yeah, you know what? Yesterday I had planned on doing a specific workout. Bunch of stuff came up. My workout time was cut down to 25 minutes. So I did a 5-minute warm up and I did like a strength circuit just to kind of get moving, get the heart rate up. And then Eric was here, Eric Kapilik, and he was saying that he's had to modify lately and stuff too. And my shoulder hasn't been super happy since 20.5, all the muscle ups. So I've had to just modify a bit, and it sucks to modify, but I'm still super happy that I can still work out, and it's just planning it in, making sure it happens. And you know what? Maybe it's not an hour or 90 minutes or whatever, but yeah, if you get in like 20 minutes or something of good quality work, you're way better off doing that than nothing.
Absolutely.
Word.
Right, next one. This one is from Jeff Snow, 2018. What are the Christmas holiday hours? So what are they, Paul? Are you having a holiday workout coming up?
Yes, we are, Jeff. This kind of wasn't the question I was looking for, but anyways.
People want to know.
I know. So we are going to be closed December 25th. I'm sorry for anyone who wanted to get in a workout that day. Maybe we'll post like an at-home workout or something like that.
Oh,
That'd be cool. Yeah, do a little Christmas WOD and just like have people like post for that or something.
That's funny that you say that because I was listening to Julie Fouché. She has a podcast. And
they do the marathon row, don't they?
Yes, they do every Christmas.
Yeah.
All of them in the family. And I'm like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
But
That's
don't do
pretty
that.
crazy.
Don't. Christmas don't.
Yeah.
Unless that's a tradition you want to start. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, holiday hours. Yeah, Boxing Day we're gonna have a team workout. So team workouts are just like, everyone in the gym come down. It's gonna be a hell of a fun workout. What is it? On the 24th, our last class is gonna be a noon class. So don't show up after that because we won't be here. So after 1 o'clock we'll be closed. What else? What day is the 31st? Do you know? Do you have a calendar?
I do. It is on a Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday, so that's the 31st. So last class, once again, will be at noon. And then...
Are you writing this down, kids?
And then we'll have a holiday workout on New Year's Day at 12 o'clock. So for those of you that are going to be out late partying, you can roll out of bed and brush your teeth, please, and then come down for the workout at 12 o'clock. We'll do a team workout. We are doing the 12 Days of Christmas on the 21st of December, which is next Saturday.
That is cool.
And then I just threw it out to the coaches today. We want to do a Member Appreciation Day as well on Saturday. So so this 12 Days of Christmas workout is a long workout. You do so day one is like one deadlift at like 315 for guys, 225 or something like that for girls.
Okay.
And then on day two, it's like 2 muscle ups and then a deadlift. And day 3 is like 3 kettlebell swings at 100 pounds, then 2 muscle ups, then a deadlift. So it's a long workout.
Wow.
We used to do this thing in like an hour, which was horrible. It was a bad idea because it's a lot of movements to warm up and prep for, and then a long time to actually do the workout.
Yep.
So then last year and the year before, I think we started doing it like for 90 minutes, and that was still a little tight. So this year, we're going to have 2 classes. We're going to have a 9 a.m., so 9 a.m. to 11. We're going to be doing the 2 hours of 12 Days of Christmas. Have a lot of time to warm up and prep, hit the workout. You can do it as a soloist. You can do it as a partner workout, which is a lot of fun too. And then you split the reps in half. And then, it's a lot of fun. And we're going to do a little Member Appreciation Day too. And I'm going to make some pancake batter and stuff like that. And we're going to make pancakes and eat them afterwards. And it'll be a lot of fun. So
I'm going to be there.
Yeah. I'm gonna need some help.
Bring my maple syrup.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, totally healthy pancakes. I don't know
Are
if
you
that's
sure?
possible. Yeah,
Protein,
it's
unless
still
they're protein pancakes.
they are. I'm gonna go and get some of the Kodiak pancakes, but this
Oh.
still there's the word cake in there, so I don't know. It's not super healthy, I'm sure, but there's better choices. But you know what? It's like a long workout. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and yeah, hopefully we get a lot of asses in classes.
All right, next question. What is the coach to athlete ratio in the class?
I'm stuck trying to take my sweater off.
Why do you have your sweater now?
Getting warm.
Okay, anyways.
Coach to athlete ratio.
Yeah, what is the coach to athlete ratio?
We do have our classes capped at 20.
But they're never full. Just so you
No,
know.
no. Like we get 19 in our 9:30 a.m. class sometimes, but
That is like the time
yeah.
to be here if you want to like work out a lot of people.
Yeah, no, that's probably our biggest class most times, and then some evenings they get a bit bigger as well. Depends, hit and miss, but yeah. So it could be like around 20 to 1, 15 to 1, 10 to 1. Like depends. Like yeah, how many people are in class? But usually there's one coach on deck. I typically coach all the 9:30 classes right now, so I'm comfortable coaching those classes, and then I know like modifications for everyone in that class if we need and stuff like that. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at myself.
Okay, all right.
What qualifications must the coaches have, and do they have to be recertified? Coach Paul?
Yes. So all of our coaches have their CrossFit level 1, which lasts for 5 years. So you have the option of recertifying for a level 1, or you can take the level 2 and upgrade, and then that's good for 5 years. So I think they're very good courses. I think when I did my level 1, it was probably
Way
like,
back when.
yeah, like 8 years ago now, almost.
Whoa, that's
So,
old.
so when I
Took
did
mine in
that,
2014.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm due, but
do.
I'm due.
It's like, do I do it or not?
Yeah.
No, it was really good. I thought it was extremely beneficial. Going through kinesiology at U of W, we didn't learn a lot of body weight stuff and proper mechanics for using like stuff like barbells, kettlebells, all that kind of stuff. There wasn't really any kettlebell stuff in the level 1, but anyways, yeah, it was mostly barbell. We did med ball cleans, we did pull-ups, we went over muscle ups, stuff like that. And I thought it was a really beneficial course because that sort of opened my eyes to, when I was going through advanced resistance training at U of W, everything was on a machine. We were taught how to squat on a Smith machine, how to do bicep curls on the bicep curl machine, how to do like ab work on the Nautilus ab curl machine. And it was all machine based. Like nobody taught us, here's how you pick up a weight properly.
Machineless, yeah.
Yeah. And going and taking the level 1 and then later on the level 2 and the Agatsu kettlebell courses and what else? Strong First and like weightlifting level, like weightlifting. We went to the States twice to do that, and even the NCCP.
Road trip.
Yeah. They're like, I've taken a lot of courses, and it's so cool learning from so many different coaches. And that's something that we pass on to everyone here that becomes a coach. So I spend time with each and every coach. Some of them have done 100, 150 hours of shadowing before becoming coaches. So they've done their level 1 plus shadowing. So I know exactly who we get, coaching our members, which is super awesome. And I know exactly who they are because most of them have been members here for quite a while, like a number of years before becoming coaches. So you kind of, know what they're like, their attitudes, their, how they interact with members and stuff like that. And, if it's someone who's a good person and genuinely cares about people, then we can definitely work with them to become a coach. If it's someone who's kind of like an ass and is like not approachable and all that kind of stuff, then, it's not going to work out so well.
No. All right.
That
was really good. Do you have beginner classes or do you join the regular classes when you start?
So we have 5 intro sessions. So every time someone joins here,
no sweat intro.
Well, we do the no sweat intro. We sit down, we chat with people, find out if this is going to be a good fit. If you're just wanting to come in, throw your headphones on and do a workout, not the place for that. But yeah, we do our 5 intro classes. And so after the no sweat intro, if we find out it's a good fit, we do our 5 intro classes with people. It's 1-on-1 or 2-on-1. It's been recently. And we just learn how they move. We teach them all of our movements, mechanics before jumping into classes and before adding intensity.
So aside from when the classes, so when you walk in, you're not doing the class workout. You're doing another workout. That coaches.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more technical. And then there's like a little bit of a burner at the end of the workout as well. So we want to make sure that like, people are getting a good introduction to it, learning the basics. And we don't expect them to be perfect when they're going into base camp or, even when they're done. You're not going to be perfect at it, but then you can at least refine it. We have demo videos of all the movements too that we send out. So even people who have had years of experience, we just had Kristen come back. Your friend Kristen.
My friend Kristen, I love her.
So she's got like 7 years CrossFit experience, but we still did like 2 PT sessions.
We basically started at the same time. It's pretty crazy. Well, maybe she was a little bit later, but yeah, I told her, I'm like, you better come here.
But she's got
she did. Well, her parents come here. I'm like, hello, you're missing.
Yeah, she's got like 7 years experience under her belt. We still did like 2 PT sessions to go over stuff. And
for sure.
It was so cool to just hear her say like, oh, this makes so much sense. And like just showing her little nuances about like just maybe slightly different ways of things that the way we do it. And it's awesome.
We competed together a lot.
That's cool. Like together or against each other or both?
No, never together.
Okay, so against each other.
Against each other, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I still love her. No, just kidding. Do you, how do you assist athletes with injuries or mobility issues? That's a good question.
Modify accordingly. So
yeah,
we had, so for example, when was it? Last Tuesday, Becky hurt her back squatting. So she tweaked something. I was there spotting for her, and she got to the top of her squat. She was like 2 inches away from finishing her squat, and she stopped. And I'm like, okay, why is she stopping? She like, dropped down. It was like 215 pounds, hit it for a double, stood up, and then was like almost at the top. And she's like, I can't, my back. She tweaked something.
No.
And so we ended up just like dropping the bar and just like giving her some time to just relax for a little bit and just move around. And then she ended up walking out, which was good. She took a couple days off. And then when she came back in, we just got her moving. We got her doing some light stuff. It was a freak thing. Like, it's not something that she was moving really well. She's got great mechanics, did a good warm up ahead of time. And, we haven't had many things like that happen. And it sucks to see whenever it does. I've gone through some pretty serious back injuries from rock climbing and stuff and recovered from it. And I've learned what to do, how to do it, why to do it, and stuff like that. So
same with me being pregnant, like epidurals in my back. Like my back is not the same, but just making sure that it's warmed up and everything like that. Just making sure like I'm feeling good, and if it doesn't feel right, just just don't do it.
Because you could set yourself back more. And today Becky was back in here. She was doing, she was rowing. She was doing double under. She was doing some kipping pull-ups and some goblet squats and stuff, and was moving really well. And I just, like she said, it was kind of like she felt good being able to do stuff and not not feel too stressed about doing the class or whatever, or having the options to do some things that were a little less loading and a little easier, and just to get in and move. And she said she felt a lot better doing that. And even the other day when she came in, part of the workout was box over burpees. So we had her doing box over burpees, but she was doing a strict, perfect push-up, like holding a beautiful plank, busting out like a strict push-up. And then she just stood up, stepped onto the box, stepped over the other side, got down, did another strict push-up. And it's like, you just sometimes have to move slower and just, and I know a lot of times people think like CrossFit's all about like going as fast as you possibly can. And I think that there's a misconception there. Like you don't need to do that for, health and fitness. If you want to be competitive, you got to learn to move fast. But for the most part, for the majority of people, if you, go through the movements, you challenge yourself, you pace yourself. And I've brought this up to people, I don't know how many times in the past week, probably about 3-4 times. I was saying, when you watch Rich Froning do a workout, it's kind of boring because he moves. It's serious. Like he does, every rep looks exactly the same. And like he's doing thrusters, he's not rushing it. He like, finishes at the top, locks out, brings the bar back down. Like it's slow and controlled.
And I've seen it up close at games. It's like you're like, what is happening?
Even when he was like, doing thrusters against what was it, like Jason Kalipa and Graham Holberg and Sam Briggs and who else was it? There's another female, Camille. I don't know. There was like 5 of them. There was 5 champs that were like doing the. I don't remember which open workout it was, but when he was doing thrusters, he didn't change. Like it stayed the same, which was super cool. And even if you ever watched the video of him doing Isabel 30 snatches for time, he does 30 snatches at 225, and all of them look the same. Like
so crazy.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
But when
he trains for that. Like, that's his life.
But yeah, when you put in the time on the quality movement and you have that down, all you got to do is turn up the speed. Like when you move really well already, then you can go faster. But so many people want to start and they want to go fast right off the bat. And it's like, you can't and shouldn't do that.
Which is like the next question is, how are the CrossFit classes designed to accommodate different age categories and different fitness levels? Right? You're not going to like hit it out of the gates and do the RX weights. Like you're going to figure out, oh, this is really heavy. This is like, or this is too light, or, I need to do something different.
You might never use the RX weights, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's like, if you're moving, you're feeling challenged, you're seeing progress over time, like you're moving in the right direction. That's a good thing. Rather than if you're just like people who want to start out really quick, I think your just potential for injury is so much higher. And
I know for me, like if I don't roll out or warm up or do like what I need to do, which I know, like for example, like the back, like if I have to roll that out for sure before I work out, because if not, I know something's gonna happen. I know it.
Like lower back, upper back, T-spine.
Just I guess so. Like lower back.
Okay.
Yeah, there
goes. It for everyone. It doesn't matter how old or young someone is. My recommendation is always start slow. Because even if you are someone who is strong and fit to begin with, and you're trying a new movement or, new exercise or whatever, your body might not be ready for it just yet, or you're not adapted to it. So it takes time for not just your muscles to get used to it, but your connective tissues. If you don't have the mobility to do a required movement, you've either got to get that mobility, or we just modify and limit what you're doing. We had some people, Monday's workout, we had a bunch of snatches in there. There was a snatch complex, and 2 of our newer members were in that class, and I got them to modify them. Like, you guys are not allowed to squat snatch because the overhead squat didn't look good. So I'm like, you guys are just going to do a power snatch and then snatch grip jerk from behind the neck. And then when it came to the second part of the workout, where things got sped up a little, where it was snatches and overhead squats, and I think it was bar over burpees, I said to them, like, you're allowed to power snatch, empty bar, and do goblet squats. Because even the front squat, I was like, gave the option.
That's a good workout.
I gave them, I'm like, okay, the overhead squats do not look good at all. Like, we need to work on mobility, and you going and doing this fast, you're just going to end up injured, and there's no reason for you to do that. So then, I got some unhappy looks, but it was like, you know what, I want people to be doing this for a long time and progress over time. You're not going to get good overnight, and you want
to feel like sore, as in like, whoa, like my body, like not to the point where you're hurting. You know what I mean?
Some muscle soreness is good for
sure.
Muscle soreness,
but not to the point where you're like, it hurt, like just everything hurts, and you're like,
joint pain, not good, but good. Like
muscle pain, yes.
Or forcing yourself into a position where your body starts like, twisting, turning, caving in, whatever. Like that's not okay.
Next question from Bella. She says, advice for someone who's too intimidated to try CrossFit or any fitness level. Or any fitness level.
Or any fitness level?
Yeah. Or can any fitness level try? Sorry, my bad.
Yes, any fitness level can try. I was talking to Allison, who was here this week, and she said, like, she was super intimidated to come in. She's done, like, a whole bunch of different things. training wise and boot camps and all that. And she's like,
okay.
I was so scared to come in. And then when she came in and she saw Robert working out in the 9:30 class, she's like, well, if this guy's doing it, like I can do that. I'm pretty fit and strong. And
Yeah.
Robert's a badass. Like when he started here in April, he was like, I think he was, I don't know his exact weight, but he was in and around that like 420 pounds. Now he's down to like 330, which is
Wow,
super
that's
crazy. He's,
amazing.
yeah, I love that guy.
Oh my gosh.
But he, yeah, he's, so I've been asking him like, hey, what's the weight looking like on the scale? And he, my computer just shut off. So I'm like hoping I'm not losing any of this.
We're still live.
Yeah. So anyways, here we go. We're still good.
Okay.
So anyways, he said like he's not losing weight on the scale anymore, but he keeps dropping inches. And I'm like, that's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
know, and
Like
the
if you're
scale's
dropping
such-
inches, like that's good. You're
Scale's
still
like a
moving in the right
mind-
direction.
A mind F. The scale is a mind F.
Mind F? What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So yeah, if you're losing inches, just keep it up.
Yeah.
Like
You're still going in the right direction.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And muscle does weigh more than fat. So there's that.
Yeah, if you're a bit more dense and putting on muscle, then that definitely helps, and you're gonna notice the inches dropping off too. Like I can't remember what he said his pant sizes were, but I want to get him on the podcast because it's been super cool.
God, I would love that. I
It's
wanna
been
hear his
super cool
story.
seeing him. I posted something today on our Instagram story about us. We did a little, we call it dessert. So staying for class after dessert and having dessert. And it's usually like just some extra accessory work and
Usually
stuff like that.
Tabata style.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. And he was like, he said something like, I love this community and I love like growing with this community. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. Like, it's cool having him here too. And just everyone that, you know, when people want to hang out after their workout and do stuff, like you get half the class. I think there was like 8 or 10 of us that were like hung out after a Nick's class at 9:30, and we just pulled out some bars and did 4 different Tabata exercises, and it's a lot of fun. Everyone's like harassing each other, and it's good.
That's funny. This question's from Rihanna. She says, how to maintain a healthy diet over the holidays? Like how to balance your diet over the holidays?
Stay away from junk. I know it's always around.
Honestly, I wouldn't say stay away from it. I would just say, like, for example, if there's like, if there's like a pie or something, like a piece of cake, like have a piece, but don't eat the whole cake. Like that's gonna make you real sick. Like let's be honest.
Yeah. No,
don't overindulge, but indulge. Like don't feel guilty. Oh, I need it's the holidays.
No, I do agree with that. I just mean if you're around
goals.
that stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's only so long that willpower you're gonna be able to hold out for. But yeah, if you're like, you end up showing up to holiday parties and stuff like that, maybe, hang out in the living room away from the food or whatever.
Right.
Or if you're going to get something, maybe tell yourself what you're going to get first. I'm a huge believer in like fill up with the good stuff first. So you don't have that or a lot of room for the bad stuff.
Yeah. Just bring a big water bottle with you. No,
Yeah. I sometimes
Gallon.
do. Yeah.
Just chug it in front of everybody.
But yeah, if there are better choices there, or even better, eat at home before you go out. So have like a good solid meal and have a plan for like what you're going to do, when you get there. If there is stuff like,
or maybe just mentally tell yourself,
Yeah.
how do you want to feel after eating that?
Yeah.
How do you want to feel?
And
do you want to feel like crap? Do you want to feel like? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to feel like? You know what I mean? Like think about it.
Yeah.
If that cake is gonna if you're gonna feel guilt, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of one of those things where it's like eat it, but don't eat too much of it, like to the point where you're feeling sick.
Yeah. No.
Because I'm gonna have my cake.
Yeah. No, and I definitely have like sweets and treats and all that over the holiday, and I don't feel guilty about it. But my lunches, my dinners, like breakfast and all that kind of stuff, like it's all good quality food. So have the high quality stuff first. Don't fill up on the junk first and the super high cal, low nutritional value food first. If you do that, it's amazing how those calories add up. and then maybe limit alcohol as well, because
Those are
typically,
empty calories, man.
yeah, if you're drinking, maybe if you're going to have one drink, have one big glass of water after, so you can split it up rather than having drink, 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 drink sort of thing.
Yeah,
Because
or have a
usually,
drink an hour, or if
yeah,
like you know what I mean, like
yeah,
nurse that one or whatever you're doing.
yeah. But if you're usually drinking a lot, then you're not making good food choices as well. You're not going to have like, well, I'll have that spinach salad with my 5 beers. I don't know.
It's true. No,
Yeah.
hey. This one comes from Michelle. She says, thoughts on weightlifting and the keto diet. Well,
Thoughts.
thoughts. What are your thoughts? Well, I'm not a nutritionist. I like carbs. I like the good carbs. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I don't have them in my diet, I don't perform very well in my workouts, especially when it comes to lifting weights, I'm guessing. So that's my thoughts on it. I feel like you can't eliminate stuff. That's my opinion.
There's different levels of, people being on keto, and there's some people that are super low carb, like, 15 to 30 grams, which is super low. And then there's like up to 50 grams and 100 grams. And I've had some members. So Richie was on the keto diet before he started here.
Okay.
And then he ended up he started having to take in carbs because he was like, I was not recovering from workouts. I didn't have any juice in workouts. Like, it was just like no energy. So once he started having carbs, he was like, oh, I'm still losing weight and I'm feeling better. It really depends on, what you're going to do for training and what you're going to ask from your body. Like, I think if you were just doing maybe bodybuilding where it's not super high intensity and you're just doing weightlifting, you might be able to get away with it a little bit better than somebody who is doing CrossFit where you're doing like sprints and intervals and
workout.
Yeah, if you're doing high intensity stuff, I think it would be very challenging to be ketogenic and have that adequate power output and have that on demand power that you need to supply with carbs. And for long distance athletes, like long distance runners and Ironman athletes, there's, I think, more and more that are doing the keto thing and just using body fat for storage or fat stores for energy rather than high carb sort of thing. Like when I did Ironman, all 4 of them, I had like M&Ms on the bike. My calorie bomb was like, what was it? It was a big like tortilla shell. What is it? Yeah.
I don't know, you're snapping your
A wrap. I don't know. It was a wrap. So ended up putting like peanut butter on there and Nutella and rolling a banana up. And that was like my calorie bomb. So I look forward to the halfway point on the bike because the bike's 180 kilometers. And then there's like,
it's been a long day.
Yeah. Been a long week.
It's a long week.
So you put that in your pocket, and when you're ready to go, like you have jersey pocket on your back, not in the front. That would look weird. But you end up like pulling that sucker out, and you just like down that. And the M&Ms are great because they don't melt in the sun; they melt in your mouth, not in your hand. So it was a shameless plug. We'd like to thank our sponsors, M&M.
M&M's. Our mailing address is. Just kidding. Put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
So that would be like another question is, do you offer a nutrition specialist? And that's from Gwen.
We do have
a nutrition specialist or nutrition services or anything like that.
Yes, so it is something we're working on and rolling out and ironing out some details. So we do have 3 of our coaches who are precision nutrition certified. So we've got Lori Krause, we've got Allie, and we've got a Nick. So all 3 of them have their precision nutrition.
Oh, the 3 ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 3 ladies.
Nick, but no, Anik.
Yeah. Anik.
She's the new coach.
Yeah, new kid on the block. So yeah. So we're working on rolling some stuff out and have some plans for January too, which is kind of exciting. But yes, there is that availability for people who, if they want something very personalized and want to get, their nutrition dialed in, you can do very well with just eating like real food. And by that, I just mean, if it runs, swims, flies, or grows, then you're doing good. But
Yeah.
for someone like, if you want to get something really dialed in and count your macros and weigh and measure and all that kind of stuff, it does take a little bit of trial and error, but and some time to figure out what's going to work for you, what's not, if it's providing you with enough energy to sustain you throughout the day doing what you need to do.
Yeah. Especially with bloating or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
if you have a gluten or sensitivity to some certain fruits, like,
Yeah.
or vegetables or anything like that,
Yeah, like some people are like super high carb, and it's just because carbs are there and readily available and cheap. And then they're like, well, I don't need too many vegetables. I have vegetables once a week. And then, oh, my protein intake is like maybe 30 grams a day. It's like, yeah, it's going to take time to
adjust.
make those adjustments and get people to where they need to be. It's not something you want to do overnight. If you're only taking in 30 grams of protein a day and you're supposed to take in, 150, you have to build up to that over weeks. You can't just be like, all right, Leslie, like we're gonna bump you up like 120 grams of protein tonight. So yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, we do have those services available, and no, if people want to get stuff dialed in, then that's a great way to go.
Cool.
Personalized coaching.
I like it.
Cool.
Next question from Gwen as well. She says, what is the difference between a CrossFit gym and a regular gym like Good Life, YMCA, or Snap as examples? So against a commercial gym.
Yeah.
You're just limited to your equipment. Or not limited, you're just, instead of using machines, you're using yourself. Right? You're the machine.
You are the machine. Yeah. Yeah.
You can be Terminator when you come here. Just kidding.
Yeah. Here you're going to get coaching and feedback every time you step in the door. Right from start to finish, you're getting coached, and it's going to be made like specific to you. Like we want everyone to feel like the workout was made for them rather than just like.
And you want a good sweat too. Like you want to come in and just kind of be like, yeah, I kind of just whatever that workout. No. Like you're going to sweat.
You're going to learn stuff. You're going to challenge yourself in different ways that you normally wouldn't. I think a lot of people go to those gyms and they just do what they know and they do what they like and then they leave, sort of thing. And people are capable of so much more than just sitting on a machine, being limited to a certain range of motion and just doing like some sets and reps like that.
Absolutely. Like when I first started at CrossFit, like I said, I did not know how to squat properly, and I learned how to squat properly, and I'm forever thankful. I know it's like squatting, but to squat properly, not a lot of people can do.
No.
And it's one of those things where it's like, wow, I can actually like squat properly and teach like my kids or, stuff like that. Like I feel like that is one of the big mechanics I feel like you need to learn in your life, in my opinion.
Yeah. Or like for what your body will allow. Because sometimes people just have like really long levers and lack of mobility in certain areas or whatever. So it's like, what's the best squat you can do consistently to get stronger and never get stuck on a toilet seat when you're 100 years old?
You can sit on a couch, you can squat, most likely.
Yeah. I had Pat and Ken in here yesterday who are 75 years old, and they were squatting to a 12-inch box with weight. So Ken was using 35 pounds and Pat was using 20. Right. And I had them doing sets of, there's my raspy 1-900 voice coming out.
The DMs are going to be flowing.
Yeah, exactly. Even more so. Even more male attention.
We got a lot of comments. Okay.
a lot of male attention on our
not me.
request for comments.
You, bro.
Anyways, but yeah, I said like if you guys can squat to a 12-inch box, like holding that weight, and you keep that up, like you're not going to get stuck on a toilet seat ever. Because it's lower than a toilet seat. It's way more travel that you have to do to get down there and get back up. And you're holding onto a kettlebell, so you're not bracing yourself, grabbing your thighs or grabbing the assist bar. What?
That's what's called, the assist bar.
The assist bar? I don't know. Sissy bar? I don't know what it's called.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That's funny.
Next question.
This one I feel like is for me. This is from Vanessa. She says, how do you keep motivated with your blog while being so busy, like to work out?
That's definitely for you.
That's for me. Well, you have a blog too. That's not, you do newsletters?
I don't know what the password is to get in there. So yes, definitely for you.
How do I keep motivated? I just love doing what I do, and I love to work out. I love to make time for it. It's it's one of those things where, you know, you want to make time for a workout and you're going to do it. Same with the blog. You're going to make time to get that blog post out or get a YouTube or get a podcast episode coming.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Thanks for the
You're
push.
gonna do it. You're gonna do it regardless, you know. So it's gonna. If you really want it, you're gonna do it.
Cool.
That's
I
how
agree.
you keep motivated.
Yeah.
And you
Set
guys
time
like
aside.
it, right?
Plan for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Make
Okay.
it happen.
And we have one last question, which is the question I was
thankfully.
talking about. This is from Fanatics. How do you be like Paul and be fit and cool at the same time? Thinking emoji face. Well, Fanatics. I don't know how to be like Paul, but I'm pretty darn cool, so I don't know what to tell you.
You're pretty cool. That's, you're there.
Yeah. That's what he said. It's pretty funny.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's you got nothing to say on that one.
Nope.
No? Okay. I think I'm just gonna double check here just to make sure that we got all the questions answered. Oh, there's one more from Gwen. She says, do the coaches keep in contact with the athletes regarding their progress?
This is something, no, we do talk with athletes a lot. We try to get, you know, feedback on where they're wanting to go, what goals they have. And it's tough when you start doing CrossFit, when you start coming to the gym, everything's going to be a PR. Like you're learning a ton of new stuff. Like, hey, I just learned how to kick up to the wall. Like that's a PR. Oh, I lowered myself down to my head. Like, oh, I did a kipping, you know, handstand push-up. Like, you know, I did 5 double unders. Like that's a PR. I climbed the rope. That's a PR. Like,
or even see it on social media too. Like people, you know, tagging you in videos like, look what I did, or look how I'm looking. Like that's a PR in itself.
Yeah. We end up posting that stuff. Like hopefully, like we usually have a camera out if we know someone's attempting something they haven't done before or whatever, which is super cool. Catching people's PRs on you know, on video.
It's good for you too. Like the person, you know, can show your family and they can be like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's cool. It is pretty cool. We've come up with some different options to kind of like stay connected a little bit more with members. And that's something that, you know, I've struggled with because it's not something that I can manage at a certain capacity right now. Like I'm just feeling kind of like, you know, plate's kind of full, and I needed to delegate it out and be like, hey, like, you know, here's my idea for like, you know, staying connected a little bit more, and you know, getting one of the coaches to kind of like step up and be able to help out with this, which has been awesome. So it's just really having a procedure for how we can get this done, stay connected a little bit more, contact people who maybe haven't been in for a week, or we have an automation that goes out every 10 days. So if somebody doesn't show up for 10 days, or maybe they forget to sign up or something like that, and they come into class, we usually get a response from that. Like it's a pretty funny kind of, you know, we miss you email. So they're like, oh, that's so nice. Like you wrote that just for me. I'm like, well, it's an automation, but like it's, you know, and then you end up like, you know, chatting with them and stuff like that. So we want people to come consistently, because obviously if you're coming consistently, you're going to see benefit from what you're doing, from your training, and it's going to show in, you know, your life outside of here, and like physically, mentally, emotionally, and we're trying. There's you know, I'm sure we could be doing it a hell of a lot better, and we're working on it. But it's always struggling to become better, right?
Yeah, and if you like send the message to us or let you know, and or the coaches know how you're doing, I mean, it's good. It's good news.
Yeah, no, it's cool. We always want people to stay connected and just like let us know how they're doing, where they're at, and you know, if we can help them with anything. Like when people are like, "Hey, I want to get a strict pull up," and it's like, "Cool, I got a strict pull up program. Here we go. Let's figure out how you're gonna do that. Like, what's your most challenging way of getting that done right now, and let's get you doing it." And then other people they've booked like 30-minute PT sessions. I know I did one with Craig not long ago. He wanted to work on double unders and kipping handstand push-ups. We got him some kipping handstand push-ups in that session. which was awesome because he already had the strength to do strict, but now we just needed to tweak some like technique. So that was cool. And then it was like,
yeah, you're helping a lot of ladies too with muscle ups. That's really amazing. Like
a lot of muscle up work, which is awesome. It's a great goal to have.
Yeah,
so,
it is. Well, muscle ups like the final piece for if you can RX
no, it's
everything.
Not.
No, it's not.
It's not the final piece. No. There's never a final piece.
Oh,
it's
well,
just,
you know what I mean. Like if you can RX everything, it's the muscle up. That's always the hardest.
Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever you don't work on a whole lot. It's going to be the hardest, right?
You gotta work on your
like you might be able to do muscle ups and chest to bar pull ups and all that stuff, but maybe you don't ever work on your snatch and you're stuck at a 65-pound snatch. So
correct. You were correct, sir.
But anyways, cool. I think that was good. That was like 50 minutes of questions.
That's a lot of questions, but they weren't 2 minutes long, sir.
No, I know. We didn't have a timer going, but oh well.
That's all right.
We got her done.
We got her done.
Yeah. So
but if you have any questions, let us know. We would be happy to answer it.
If you have any questions.
Looking at the camera. If you have any questions, let us know. Or if you have any suggestions on what you want to hear next, let us know.
Yeah.
Love to hear from you.
Yep.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Make sure you rate, review, subscribe. 5-star rating.
All that. Yeah. Send us a 5-star rating.
You used to say.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Have a great.
This is the first one that we've actually done a video for, so we're going to see if this works or not. I'm going to put it on that.
It better work. It's my good side. You know
the YouTube. Yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah. So I guess we'll chat soon. Chat later.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll plan another podcast soon.
That's true.
2 weeks from now. We'll do it.
2 weeks from now. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming, Leslie.
Yeah,
and
I'm your new co-host. Hello.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I know. Stop talking.
Okay.
Gotta go. Bye.
We hope you're all a little bit better than yesterday. Thanks for listening.